I'm very delighted to welcome you to Andalusia to discover the third generation of Duster. So maybe, first of all, a brief preview of the previous generation. In 2010, we began the adventure by creating the first affordable SUV that broke the code of the segment, and it was a huge success. Maybe some of you were attending the first test drive of Duster in 2010, 14 years ago in Morocco. We had a couple of journalists who remember this event, so maybe among you guys, you were already in Morocco for this event. As you can see outside, between 2010 and 2017, the car evolved a lot and it was a great success. Now we are in 24 with the all-new Duster, and this is the first Dacia vehicle that has been designed since the very beginning with the new brand identity, and everything is in place to ensure that this success will continue. Some key figures: 2.4 million since its launch in 2010. Duster sold more than 2.4 million units, and another interesting figure, since the 11th of March this year, we opened the order without even a car dealership, and we received more than 30,000 orders combining the current Duster and the next generation. Now let's talk about the brand. Back in 2021, with the Renaulution plan, Dacia became a fully fledged brand. In June 2022, the overall launch embraced the new brand identity, and Duster, as a true brand icon and a true locomotive, contribute to this ongoing evolution of the brand equity. As you can see on this slide, based on 4 major countries, the desirability of the brand is steadily improving since 2021. So what a challenge to renew Duster. Everything has changed. New design, interior, exterior, and the new CNLP platform. This new CNLP platform enables us to make progress in every single performance area, such as road handling, soundproofing, roadiness, etc., etc. It allows us to electrify Duster with a new hybrid 140 and the mild hybrid TCE 130. So a huge challenge, but Duster is still Duster. This is the best value SUV of the segment with outstanding off-road capability. I'm pretty sure that some of you already experienced this in the workshop. But now let's deep dive in the product, and I will leave the floor to Raphaël and Vincent to tell us the product.
Hello, thank you, Edouard. Hello and welcome. You surely felt it today, but Duster has improved in terms of dynamic performance compared to the last generation. 2 points maybe to keep in mind: pleasure to drive and road handling, thanks to less roll, stiffer front and rear axle, more comfort and more acoustic comfort with, for example, less rolling noise. But pure driving experience are not the only benefits we have from the CMLP platform. Let's have a look to some of them. First, it allows us to equip Duster with a new electronic architecture and new driving assistances to offer to the driver and the occupants a new active safety package. For example, traffic side recognition, emergency automatic braking assist, and lane keep assist. But the driver can select the menu of driving assistances he prefers, and thanks to the My Safety Switch button, he can launch his preferred setting at the beginning of each trip. New Duster kept the same overall dimension than the previous generation. That's exactly the same length, for example. But it's in Duster DNA to remain the best roominess price ratio of the market of this segment. That's what we done with Duster. Is roomier than ever, 30 liters storage, that's 3 liters more than the previous generation, plus 30 millimeters rear knee radius, plus 40 millimeters front elbow width, and still a good head clearance. But taking care of the occupant is not the only thing that Duster is doing better than the previous generation. We also made no compromise on the driving volumes, up to more than 500 liters VDA for the largest configuration, and up to more than 1,600 liters when you fold the real bench. So more than ever, Duster is the best price luminance ratio of its segment. Duster will be available in 2 versions. Each one has been designed to fit with its precise purpose. 4x2 version are slightly lower than the previous generation, minus 30 millimeters overall, minus 8 millimeters of ground clearance. It is fitted with summer tires, green summer tires. The objective is clear, is to reduce the maximum the CO2 emission. While the 4x4 version, we're going to have more detail about the 4x4 version, but the objective is to remain the 4x4 reference among small specialists. But whatever the engine or the version, Duster should remain Duster, comfortable and dynamic on road and off road. And Duster, as they were mentioned, is the first car born 100% under the new Dacia brand identity. And obviously, Duster is the flagship for the robust and outdoor brand market. At Dacia, we made vehicles that built to last, and Duster, more than other cars that can go anywhere, is tested in the worst conditions that we can find. Let's have a look to the key figures of the 4x4 version. So wider approach angle than the 4x2 version, more than 30 degrees, large departure angle, more than 35 degrees, and still a high ground clearance. But that's also what you cannot see on this picture. Under the hood, 4x4 mechanical transmission, a metallic plate for protection under the engine bay, and 3 PMSF tires that are all season, better in off-road than the summer tire of the 4x2 version. That's globally the same package that we had in the previous generation, but this time the electronics improve a lot to take the best out of new Duster off-road capabilities. The driver can select with a simple gesture 1 out of the 5 driving modes that suits the most to the situation he's facing. Those modes have direct impact on 4 variables: direction tuning, the electronic assistances such as traction control or ASC, the engine response to the pedal, and obviously the torque repartition between front and rear axle. We will have snow mode for more control on trajectory control and departure on slippery roads, med sand mode for uneven and loose terrains. For the most adventurous, we're going to have the off-road mode. That's the mode that sends the most torque to the axle the most quickly, and also have electronic assistances tuned for obstacle clearance. And to complete the toolbox, we still have the hill descent control and the multi-view camera to see where you are putting your wheels. And the last two, the auto and eco mode. Auto is for daily use, while eco mode is reducing at the maximum the CO2 consumption, the CO2 emissions, and the consumption. But that's new on new Duster. If whatever the mode that you select, torque can be sent to the rear axle if needed.
So as we just saw, with the all-new Duster, we can really go everywhere. So it was the perfect car to further develop our in-nature range of accessories. We discovered last year when we launched the Jogger Extreme, our sleep pack that is presented in the Duster right outside, that can change the Duster into a base camp. A new version of this sleep pack has been specifically designed for the interior of the new Duster. And it has the same width and length than in Jogger to comfortably be able to put 2 people, and you can also have the blinds on the windows. But we went one step further on new Duster with a brand new roof rack that can be specifically fitted to the modular roof bars that we have as standard on the Extreme version and as option on the rest of the range. Now let's switch to our second brand marker, which is essential but cool, and then let's look at how it is represented in the all-new Duster. So firstly, we will talk about the multimedia range. As essential, we have on the first level of equipment the Dacia Media Control, which you already know because it is available on Sandero and Jogger, and it consists of bring your own device, which means that the smartphone of the customer becomes the central screen of the car to pilot the radio and the navigation. The design and the functionalities of this media control have been modernized and improved for the new Duster. Then starting from the second level of equipment, we have our brand new 10-inch touch screen, which can be available in Media Display with the smartphone application, or in Media Nav Live, which embeds a connected navigation. This connected navigation comes with an app store where you will find especially musical applications like Deezer or Spotify. And it is connected to a 3D sound system by Arcamis to optimize the usage of the 6 speakers that are distributed in the car. We have predefined 4 different modes to listen to. The first one, which is called the Pure, is for a neutral sound. The second one, Acoustic, is to give you an immersive experience in your music. The third one, Bass, is if you want to transform your new Duster in a nightclub. And the last one, Talk, is for a better clarity of the human voice. So it's very interesting to listen to the radio, for example, or to podcasts. We have also on the all-new Duster a 7-inch color digital cluster, which can be personalized with 3 different layouts, and you can choose to monitor your eco scoring, for example, or to look at the energy flux for the hybrid engine. And as essential but cool, we present our new innovation that we call U-Clip. It's a transversal fixation system. So you have from 4 to 6 fixations that are distributed in a cleverly chosen places around the car. You can see them, they are the white squares on the screen. And you can buy an additional 2 in accessories that can be clipped at the back of the front seats. So to put on this U-Clip fixation, we developed a range of 8 accessories. I think most of you have already discovered 2 of them in the cars that you test drive. The first one is a smartphone holder, and the second one is the box 3-in-1 that is also standard on the Extreme version. It comes with a removable lamp, a cup holder, and a hook. We also have bags that you can put in the trunk or at the back of the front seats. So it's low-tech, clever, simple, and not very expensive, so very much Dacia.
Our last brand marker is EcoSmart. And the first example that comes in mind is the range of engines that we can fit all new Duster with. Thanks to the same EV platform, we are able to electrify our all new Duster, and we still are going to continue our love story with LPG with the EcoG 100. For the first time on the Duster, we will have a full hybrid with the Hybrid 140, and for the first time on the Dacia, a 48-volt mild hybrid with the TC 130 4x2, but it will also be the base for the 4x4 transmission. Why continuing with LPG? Why electrifying our cars? That's simple, obvious, less CO2 emission and less consumption. Some figures. Minus 10% CO2 emission from the LPG engine compared to a full petrol. Minus 10% CO2 emission on the new TC 130 compared to the non-electrified TC 130 that we have on the current generation. And minus 10% CO2 emission on the full hybrid compared to a petrol engine non-electrified. If we have a look to the ID card of the engine, I won't go through all the figures, but I mentioned the love story that we have at Dacia with LPG. Dacia represents 60% of the European market for LPG, and 1 out of 3 Dacia is an EcoG. So of course we're going to continue the story with the all new Duster, and that will be the engine of the range that will have the greater autonomy, more than 1,400 kilometers thanks to a double tank, 50 liters for petrol and 50 liters for gas. After the TC130, the mild hybrid 48 volt, that's the first time at that time, but that's not the first time for the Renault Group. We know this technology. For all new Duster, that will be the engine with the most performance, 0.100 kilometers in 10 seconds, 180 kilometers top speed, and that will also be the base for the 4x4 transmission thanks to the additional torque provided by the electric engine at lower RPM. For 4x2 and 4x2, that will be the largest and the biggest bracket trailer that we can have on the range with 1.5 tons of bracket trailer. And last, the IP140, composed by 4 main elements. One naturally expired 1.6 liter petrol engines, plus 2 electric engines, one for driving the wheels, the other one is changing the gears and starting the ICE engine, and all this linked with the multi-mode clutchless gearbox. For the consumer, one figure maybe to keep in mind, up to 80% of your time driving in the city will be in full electric with the RB 140, and we add a new function, an e-save function, to save the battery before long and steep slope, to be sure that you have a full battery before a long slope. But engine itself is not the only way to reduce our CO2 footprint. Masses could be better. We saw that we offer more with all new Duster, more equipment, more design, but we are doing so by keeping the masses under control. If you compare the previous generation with the new one on new Duster, for an Ecology, we reach 1.3 tons without the driver for both generations. So,
to further reduce our carbon footprint on the all-new Duster, around 20% of the content of the car is made of recycled plastic, and we decided to go further and develop an innovation which we call Starkle, and it's the protective plastic exterior pieces that are made themselves of 20% of recycled plastic. It was really a challenge because the requirements are quite strict for this kind of parts. It has to resist impact, of course, scratches, the different types of weather. So it was a real challenge to develop this innovation, and that's why we decided to make it visible for our customers with this speckled aspect that you see on the car, and also it is branded on the parts on the front doors. This 20% is quite an achievement because you have to keep in mind that on the current Duster it's only 12%, which in itself is better than the average of the market, which is less than 10% of recycled plastic in new cars. Let's now look at the range of the all-new Duster. So we have 3 levels of equipment. The first 2, Essential and Expression, are addressed to our more loyal customers, most of whom come and still come from the used car market. And we have the E3 version that we decided to offer in 2 different universes to address 2 different customer usage. The first one, Journey, is more discreet, and it comes with a fully equipped comfort and technology equipment. And Extreme has this more outdoor and robust look, but it also comes with ingenious equipments like the rubber mats that are perfect for intensive outdoor use or intensive family use, and for those who have maybe young children or pets will understand what I mean. So 2 different universes that are at similar price points to give our customers a choice.
Now maybe a couple of information regarding the program.